Okay, so you see why the slope is undefined. So whenever you are finding the slope of a vertical line, so it is good for us to draw this line. So the reason why I drew the line is to find out why is the slope undefined. It's because it's a vertical line. Therefore, x1 and x2 are equal. And if x1 and x2 are equal, then when you subtract them, it gives you 0 in the denominator. So the slope of a vertical line is always going to be undefined. All right. You know what? They did not ask us to find the slope, the distance, but we're going to find the distance too. Let's find the distance, find the midpoint. So let's find the midpoint of this line too. So I'm going to clean the slope. Is there any question, by the way? Because we're not too much in a hurry. We're not going to be too much in a hurry because actually these are the cream. This is the cream of algebra. Slope equation, the distance formula, the midpoint formula. Very soon now we shall start writing the equation of a line. So we need to understand this. And I also mean that you have to study it. Remember that in the Canvas, you have videos. You also have PowerPoint. So if I were you, I will watch the videos, study the PowerPoint, and then start doing this. I'll make the practice test next week. But for now, this is almost the practice test though. So we found the slope of this line, and the slope is undefined. And we know because it's a vertical line. So that's why the slope is undefined. X1 and X2 are equal. Because you can be told to explain, why the slope is undefined. Because it's a vertical line. X1 and X2 are equal. That's why it's a vertical. Okay, well, let's try and see how the distance, how will it look if I'm told to find the distance? Okay, slope, okay, shape, and what is it talking about? Will be converted to all right. So what I'm going to admit, so I am going to clean this. Why are you converting it from that? I don't want to convert it. All right. Okay. So I want to find the slope. Find the this time I'm going to be looking for the distance. Remember the distance formula? Distance. So distance is square root of x2 minus x1. Not sure why this is doing all that. Okay. Sorry that this is not cooperating. No. Okay, so I'm trying to reshare and see if there's going to be any help. All right. All right. So the first point is 510. 510, and the other point is 5.7. And I'm looking for distance this time. I have. Oh, by the way, you're not going to be seeing this. Are you seeing this? No, because I didn't share the whiteboard. Are you seeing the whiteboard? Are you seeing the whiteboard? Hello? Hello? Anybody? X2
We can
minus,
see it.
okay.
I can see the whiteboard, yeah.
Okay. X2 minus X1 plus Y2 minus Y1, which is the distance. So Y2 minus Y1 squared. And so this is 0 squared. And 0 squared is 0. And I have a negative plus negative 3 squared. And that gives me the distance is square root of 9, which is 3. So the distance is 3. So it's a vertical line, but I can still find the distance. So we found the distance. We found the slope. We found the distance. Let's also find the midpoint. Suppose I'm told to find the midpoint of that. The midpoint formula says x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So my x1 plus x2, 5 plus 5 divided by 5. That's 10 divided by 5 is 5. 5 plus 7 divided by 2 is 12 divided by 2 is 6. Therefore, the midpoint is 5,6. Remember what we mean by midpoint. The midpoint is the line that bisects, the point that bisects the line. The points that bisects the line can say, if you say, you can say perpendicular, but that divides the line into 2 equal parts. So that is the midpoint. The midpoint is 5,6. The slope, we already have the slope, is undefined. The distance is 3. I hope you know that distance cannot be negative. Distance is not allowed to be negative. So, and that's why it is squared. So I had negative 3 squared, which is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So anyway, that is number 1. The question said find the slope, but I added find the distance and find the slope. I mean, find the distance and find the midpoint, because those questions are what you can have or what you expect to have from any other person. Okay, so we can go to another number 2. Number 2 says find the slope of the line. So let's say find the slope of this line. So the line is 6x minus 8y equal to minus 8. So let me write this one in my whiteboard. So that line is 6x minus 8y equal to minus 8. Thank you so much for so many arguments. Okay, so we have a line in standard form. And by the way, a line in standard form is ax plus by equal to c. So that is a line, equation of a line in standard form. In other words, if you're given any equation of a line and you're told to write it in standard form, this is the standard form. Okay, so that equation is 6x minus 8y is equal to minus 8. And the question says, oh, well, let me make sure what the question is saying. So let me go and see what the question is saying. This one out from here. Okay, it says find the slope. So if you're given an equation in standard form and you're told to find the slope, what you want to do is change that equation to, you can change the equation to y-intercept form. So I can rewrite this equation so that I will isolate y. That's what I mean by y-intercept form. The y-intercept form of equation of a line is y equal to ax plus b. So this is the y-intercept form. All right, so if I'm told to rewrite this equation in y-intercept form so I can find the slope, which means I have to solve for y. So if I pull y on the left-hand side and move 6 on the right-hand side, I have negative 6 minus 8. And because I'm solving for y and I want to put the equation in standard form, so what I have to do is divide both sides by negative 8, by negative 8, by negative 8. And so the equation becomes, let me make this, hopefully this one is going to move out of the way. Okay, so if I clean some parts too, clean some parts. So when I divide out, I have the equation isolated, where I isolated y. So this is divided by negative. This is also divided by negative. And so I have y is equal to negative divide negative is positive. And I have 3 over 4 here for x. And negative divide negative is positive. So this is 1. So the equation is now in y-intercept form. So I can find the slope. Whenever I have this, let me rewrite the equation here. So y is equal to mx plus b. Most of the time, this equation in y-intercept form is written like this, where m is the slope. So m is the slope. So that means whenever I am given the equation or I isolate the equation, the coefficient of x is always the slope. So now I know the slope. The slope is 3 over 4. I know the slope. Slope is 3 over 4. And if I have another line parallel to this line, that the slope of that line will be 3 over 4 too. If two lines are parallel, they have equal slopes. We're going to talk about that later. But I'm saying it now so you will see it later. You know, if two lines are parallel, they have equal slopes. And we shall also talk about perpendicular lines. If two lines are parallel, they will never meet. They will never meet. The distance between them are going to be the same. That distance will be the same. So if two lines are parallel, they will have different y-intercepts. and equal slopes. So parallel lines have equal slopes. Okay, so I'm going to clean this space. But what if I'm told to find the slope of a line perpendicular to this line? If two lines are perpendicular, their slopes are negative reciprocals of each other. For example, if I have this line is perpendicular to this line, call this one line 1, and call this one line 2. So if these two lines are parallel, then the slope of line 1, if the slope of line 1 is m equal to 3 over 4, or let me just write 3. So if the slope of line 1 is 3, slope m is 3, then slope of line 2 will be negative reciprocal of 3. Let me say that again. If two lines are perpendicular, they have negative reciprocal slopes. But if two lines are parallel, they have equal slopes. Okay, so we are going to see it anyway. So we're going to see both of them. As we go ahead, we shall see them. So I am going to clean a little bit and then go back to the worksheet. So if two lines are parallel, they have equal slopes. If two lines are perpendicular, they have negative reciprocal slopes, and we will see them. If you are always it's always better for you to change an equation in standard form to slope-intercept form. So let's rewrite it here. Let's rewrite this. Let me rewrite. I'm going to rewrite. So one equation is like this: y equal to mx plus b is called slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form. Let's call this one number 1. When the slope, when equation of a line is like this, it is in slope-intercept form. And when the equation of a line is like this, x plus by equal to c, we call it the standard form. This is the standard form of equation of a line. Standard form, equation of a line. If the equation of a line is y equal to c, where c is a constant, then the line is a vertical line. Actually, it's a horizontal line. So for example, if I have y is equal to 4, let me graph it. If I graph the line y equal to 4, it is a horizontal line. And any line parallel to y equal to 4 has a slope of 0. Because slopes of horizontal lines, if we find the slope, you only have x is equal, you just have that. So I want to say is that when y is equal to 4, it doesn't contain x. So let's rewrite let's rewrite this. Y is equal to 4. Let me rewrite it in slope-intercept form. Y is equal to 0x plus 4. So whenever the slope is 0, we have a horizontal line. Any line parallel to x-axis has the 0 slope. Any line parallel to x-axis has a 0 slope. And therefore, if you are told to write the equation of a line, y equal to 4, that's why it's a horizontal line. We already see that whenever we have a vertical line, the slope is undefined. So I said this to make sure. And then we're going to talk about another form of equation of a line. So another form of equation of a line is point slope formula. So there is also one called the point slope formula. Point slope formula of equation of a line. The point slope formula says that y minus y1 is equal to slope into x minus x1. So that's the point slope formula. So we have now talked about 4 types of equation of a line. So this is the point slope formula. And there are times you need it. Very soon, we will see that we're going to need it. So let's go back to that worksheet. So let's go back to the worksheet. I'm going to clean a little bit and we go back to the worksheet. So we've mentioned 4 types of equation of a line, and we will see them. When we see them, we know them. I know they are all in the PowerPoint. All right, I'm going to minimize so I can pull up, go back to that. All right, so I now this one down. Okay, so we are back here. All right, so we are in number 4, and if you came in late, we are working on section 3.4. Today we have 3.4. Next week we'll have 3.5 and 3.6. And after we do 3.5 and 3.6, our test will be on the 30th. So our test will not be next week, will be in 2 weeks. But anyway, number 4, find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So this question says plainly that the equation of the line must be in slope-intercept form. In other words, the equation should be like this. Okay, I need to get my... So, and that the point is 0, 6. The slope is negative 9. Okay, so the point is 0, 6. So what I'm looking for is to write that equation in such a way that it is like this: y. The equation they want me to write it is y equal to slope. Okay. All right, so I have a point and the slope. I'm given the point and I'm given the slope. So let's see if we can find by the way, most of the time when you're given a point and a slope, you want to write the equation is y minus y1 is equal to slope into x minus x1. It's always good to start from here whenever you're given a point and a slope. So you plug in the slope here, and let's eyeball the slope again. Let's eyeball that slope. The slope is negative 9. The point is 0, 6. So the point is 0, 6. Y minus 6 is equal to slope is negative 9 into x minus 0. Point is 0, 6. And the slope is negative 9. That's what we are given. So let's make sure, let's eyeball that again. Okay. So first of all, where do I start? It's always good to start with point slope formula. So whenever you're given a point on the slope of a line, you want to do the point slope formula. That means substitute the point and the slope in the point slope formula and then solve. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, if I open this parenthesis at the right, I will have negative 9x. Negative 9 multiplied negative 0 is 0. On the left-hand side, I have y minus 6. Then I want to add 6 on both sides so I can get the equation. I'm adding the opposite of this. So I can get the equation in slope-intercept form. So this implies that y is equal to negative 9x plus 6. So I got the equation in slope-intercept form. So what I want to emphasize is that whenever you are given a point and the slope, you want to substitute the point and the slope in the point slope formula, this one right here, point slope formula. Then simplify, isolate y to get your answer in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form, this one. Slope-intercept form, point slope form. All right. Any questions so far? Any question? Any question? If you do have a question, let me know.
I do have a quick question.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
would B be?
Oh, B is the y-intercept. M is the slope. Very good. Good question. B is the y-intercept. B
Okay.
is the y-intercept. So that's why it's called slope-intercept form. So this is M, this is B. For example, if I'm told to, okay, I'll get there. So suppose I'm given this equation, by the way. I could be given this equation. I'm told to graph it. If I'm told to sketch this equation, it's up here. And then I'm going to grab this and move it up a little bit so that, okay, so if I'm told to sketch this graph, because I could also be told to sketch it. So what I'm going to do is draw a t-graph, show the coordinate plane. And I can start by graphing the y-intercept. So y-intercept is where the line cuts y-axis. Say 6. Suppose that 6 is here. So I'm going to say this is 6. So this is a point on the line. And I'm going to count the slope. Slope is negative 9, but I can write it as negative 9 over 1. And whenever it is negative, I'll count down. So from this 6 here, I'm going to count down. So this is 6 already. Then if I count down, I got 3 here. And then it is, because it is negative, I went down. So it's going to be somewhere here. So the slope as a line sloping to the left. The line sloping to the left. So the line sloping to the left. Okay. Something like this. But it has to pass through the point 6. If you like, you can get one more point to, so that is this, the equation of the line. Note that the slope has a negative sign. So whenever the slope of a line is negative, and by the way, we can, no problem, let's go to get our calculator. Let's see how the line looks. You can also graph it in your calculator, no problem. So let's pull up our calculator. Or is it hiding somewhere? Okay. It's hiding. I'm going to catch you then. Where is the calculator hiding? Oh, I see. It is hiding somewhere here. I probably put it there. Okay. I want to grab that line and see how it looks. I want to see a sketch of that line using my calculator. How does it look? So I cleared, and I want to go to my y equals, and I want to put that line there, negative, because negative came first. I'll put negative 9x. This is x here. All right, I need to take 1 9 out. Delete. All right. Then plus 6. Plus 6. So that is that equation. But before I grab the equation, let me look at my windows and see how it is. Let me see how my window looks. Well, maybe I can just graph it and see the sketch, see how the sketch looks. So I'm going to graph it and see if I can see the line. Okay, so I saw a line. I want to make the windows smaller. So I go back to my windows. I want to make it smaller. In other words, I want to decrease my positive x. So let me make it, actually make it bigger. I can make this one bigger. See if it's going to, and I can zoom fit if I want to. But the important thing is that, do you see that the y-intercept is 6 and the slope has a negative, the graph is falling to the left because it has a negative slope. Okay. All right. You might be told to use your calculator, but you don't have to use your calculator. Sometimes checking the graph, sketching it on your paper is good enough. All right, so let's see question. What other question is there? What other question is there? So number 5, let's see what number 5 is talking about. The same kind of question. Find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form that passes through the following points with the given slope. Simplify your answer. So we have almost the same kind. But we have to do a lot of examples. And we're not in a hurry, though, to finish, so we can do as many of them as possible. So this point is 0.9, and the slope is negative 3/4. 0.9 and negative 3/4. So I'm going to tidy up. So we're going to sketch the line, but before we are told to write the equation. Let me make sure that did this say sketch the line or just write the equation? It can actually ask you both. It can ask you both of them, but let's see. Find the equation of the line. Okay, which means, yeah, so find the equation of the line. You see, in that question, they never told you the kind of equation of a line you will use. They will never tell you. You have to be the one that should know which equation to use. So whenever you have a point, so let's look at that point again. It wouldn't hurt to look at that again. The point is 0.6, no, this is 0.9 and negative 3/4. Negative 3/4, yeah? Okay, so the point is 0.9 and slope is negative 3 over 4. So when you get home, you make sure you solve a lot of examples. It doesn't hurt to do a lot of examples because actually the more you solve, even if you're getting them wrong, the more you learn. Okay, so I usually say that failure is not always bad. Okay, unless you fail and you quit trying. But if you continue to try, then anyway, so whenever you're given a point and slope and you're told to find the equation of a line, you want to start from point slope formula. Y minus y1 is equal to slope into x minus x1. And then you plug in the point and the slope into the point slope formula. Then convert your equation to slope intercept form. In other words, we are starting with point slope formula and we shall end with slope intercept form. So y minus y1, y is 9, is equal to the slope is negative 3 over 4 into x minus x1, which is 0. Again, we have to tidy up. On the right-hand side, we distribute negative 3 over 4 to the parentheses. So when I do that, I actually have, let me finish it up here. So I have y minus 9 is equal to negative 3x over 4. And then you want to isolate y so that the question will be in slope intercept form. So you want to do y is equal to negative 3x over 4. When negative 9 goes to the right, it becomes positive. So that is the equation. So the equation is y equal to negative 3x over 4 plus 9. So that is the equation of the line. Is it clearer? Is it clear? I think I have to give you a minute and let you see if you can do one. Then I'll take the roll. Make sure I take the roll for the day. I want to make sure that some people know. There are people who don't know that if your attendance is below 75%, you may not get credit in any class. So what you want to do is make sure that you are not even if you miss a class and you give a reason to your instructor. Anybody can make that mistake. And your instructor did not say that you are excused. You want to go and remind the person to mark you excused. I do that too. I mean, people make mistakes. The reason why I want to remind you is that if your attendance falls below 75%, most schools do this. You probably will not get credit in that class. It doesn't matter if you made an A. They want you to have 75% attendance to be awarded a credit in any class. So make sure you are watching your attendance. I already have some people who have below 75. Okay, so I'm going to be checking to see if they actually had any permission. Did they give me permission? Did they ask for permission? So that, because it's almost, we have just a 2 weeks and we do text number 3. Test number 3 is this month. Next month will be November. We do test number 4. So the semester is almost finishing. And December, we take final exam. I'll have to verify your final exam date. So the classes are almost finishing. You want to actually be checking your grade, checking your attendance. Don't check your grade only, checking your attendance. And by the way, I have to upload, I have to make sure I move in the homework. So I'm going to move into homework. I want you to know that Unit 1 homework, some of them we are forgiven. Some of Unit 1 homework were forgiven because when we had a problem with textbook, we were told that everybody should be awarded. There's no way we can know who did what in that Unit 1. So we have to. So I will be, in case I haven't answered to everybody. So I will award you the grade because I'm talking about Unit 1. So I'll be importing the grade from Hux from Unit 2. Anyway, but by the way, is there any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? So let me go to another number. Number 6. You wonder, some of you wonder why we following it. Because we're not really very much in a hurry. We need to understand these basics. Okay. Do number 6 on your own, then we'll do number 7 together. But I'm going to take the role right now. So you are doing number 6, and we will do number 7 together. But please listen, I'm calling your name. So listen, I want to make sure that I take attendance. All right. Please answer to your name, Jaden C. Remember, let me tell you this. Some people in the other class try to answer for. I'm checking that the person who answered the name showed up. So I have the list of those who are here. And then I'm calling your name. So the person who is not here cannot answer present. That's what I'm trying to say. Jaden C, is he here? Is Jaden C here? Absent. Connor C. Connor Craft. Is he here? Connor is not here. Amaziah D.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Kindle J.
Here.
Okay, I will email you your paper and put your grade in. Cornelia Ledford.
Here.
Cornel, okay. Riley L.
Here.
McKenna M.
Here.
Let's see, McKenna M. Okay. Molly M.
Here.
Lucas M. Lucas Morrison is not here. Anna O.
Here.
Lucas P.
Here.
Trinity P. Trinity is here because he was the first person here. Caroline P.
Here.
Amelia R.
Here.
Seth R.
Here.
Emma S. Emma Salia. Not here. Calvin Whiteman. Calvin Whiteman Callahan. Let's see if the name is here. I'm not seeing Calvin here. All right, Calvin is not here. So these people are absent according to my list. They are not showing up in the current list. They are not answering. Lucas M. Lucas Morrison is not here. Emma S. is not here. Calvin Wildman is not here. Connor C. If you're here to answer, maybe you're having a problem with Jaden C. Not here. So let's see. You are solving a problem, and
I'm here.
okay. Tell me, call your name.
Jaden C.
Okay. Jaden C. Jaden C. Okay. All right. Connor Craft is not here. Is C coming now? Connor Craft is not here. Lucas Morrison is not here. Emma S is not here. Calvin is not here. All right. Okay, so I'm going to let you actually do that number 6. So let's do number 7 together. Let's do number 7. So in number 7, we're actually given 2 points. And we are told to, this time we are given 2 points. All right. And we are told to find the equation. Find the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. So we're not given the slope, but we are given 2 points. But what we need to know is that anytime we have 2 points, we can find the slope. So there are 2 steps in this equation. So you're given 2 points and you're told to find the equation in slope-intercept form. The first thing you want to do is find the slope. Find the slope. And then plug in the slope and one of the points in the point slope formula. So that's what we're going to do now. So let's start. That's what we're going to do now. So the point is 9. Actually, let me make this, let me make it go further. All right, so make this point go further. So that is number 7. All right, and then okay, so I'm going to clear some so that I can have some space. So the points, first of all, bring down the points given to us. So this time we are given 2 points and we are told to find the equation. They didn't give us the slope, but we can find the slope. We can find the slope. All right, so I'll bring down the points given to me. And there are 9, negative 9, negative 12, and 4, 4. Okay. And the next thing I want to do is find the slope, because they did not give me the slope. So I'm going to find the slope quickly. So the slope of the line is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And I'm going to call the first point x1, y1. And I call the second one x2, y2. Okay, so now I am going to find the slope, then use the slope on one of the points to find the equation of the line. So using the 2 points, I am going to find the slope. So according to the points, my y2 is 4. My y1 is negative 12, so negative 12. That was a negative, and y2 is negative also. All divided by x2, and my x2 is 4, and my y2 is 9. So 4 minus is plus. 4 plus 12 is 16. So 16 divided by 4 minus 9 is negative 5. So the slope of this, I can actually leave it like this. This is the slope. Okay. So that is the slope. If I'm told to write it in fraction, I can, but I might still need it. So I have 3, negative 3, 1/5. But I like it in this form, so I can use it to plug into the. Now, the next thing is plug the slope. I will use x1, y1. Plug the slope and points and x1, y1 into the point slope formula. So what is the point slope formula? y2 minus y1 is equal to slope into x2 minus x1. Okay, so y2, I'm going to, I already know this y2, and I don't actually have to, but anyway, I can use this one. So let me use y minus y1. That is going to, make it easy. Y minus y1. Rewrite that equation. Okay. So y minus y1 into x minus x1, because I'm using point slope. So y minus y1, remember that y1 is negative 12, so negative 12. And the slope we have is negative 16 or 15. And x that I have is, I am given the x as 9, positive 9 minus 9. And then I have to simplify and later on write my equation in slope-intercept form. So let me grab this. So I'm going to grab this and move this up a little bit. So I'm trying to simplify this equation so that my equation will be in slope-intercept form. What I can do is y is equal to, this is positive 12 now, right here. So when I move it to the right, it becomes negative. So I'll have negative 16 over 50. Is this 15 or 5? It's over 5, sorry. 16 over 5 into x minus 9. Because this is positive 12 here on the left-hand side, it's going to be negative 12 on the right-hand side. All right, so I can now open the parentheses. Sometimes you can leave your answer like this, but I open the parentheses and simplify. So if I distribute to the right, it's another way of saying y is equal to negative 16x over 5 minus again 9 times 16 over 5. Then minus 12. So I got to simplify the right-hand side. If I simplify 5 times 9, and by the way, this is positive, negative, negative. So it becomes positive. 5 times 9 is 45. 45 plus 16 is going to give me 61. So I have 61 over 5 here. So I have 61 over 5 here. Or I can actually use, I can do lowest common denominator here on the right-hand side. If I can just use lowest common denominator there. So that this is my negative 16 over 16x, and nothing will touch it. And this is going to be plus. I already know that that is going to be 61. And it's positive. 5 multiplied 12 is going to be 60. So minus 60. So when I simplify, I end up having y is equal to negative 16x over 5 plus 1 over 5. I'm told to leave my answer in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to leave this answer like this. Let me know if you have any question. If you do have any question, let me know. Any question? Any question? Okay, so we have a few minutes to go. So I want you to know that this is 3.4. And next class, we will keep on working. Next week, we still have the whole of next week to do 3.5 and 3.6. And don't forget to watch the videos, look at the examples in the PowerPoint, and then our test will be on the 30th of 14 days from today. So that test will be on Thursday. So we shall have, after next week, we shall have one Tuesday to review. And I don't want it to just relax, even though you're doing very well though, because a lot of people study the Unit 2. A lot of A's in Unit 2 from your class. So just keep on studying. Make sure you're showing your work. Remember, if you show your work, you can get half credit even if your answer is wrong. So make sure you are learning how to show your work. You don't have a lot of things you'll be told to use your calculator to do, unless you're told to check your answer. Unless you're checking your answer, otherwise you have to do a lot of things. Let me know if you have any question though. If you don't have any question, and then I wish you a great day. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next week. And I'm going to go to Hawks and make sure that I move any due dates and put in some of your homework, put in some homework. Okay. I will stop sharing and stop recording.